Welcome to this hip-focused flow. Let's get started on our backs. Lay down. You can hug your knees in right away and take a little gentle sway side to side. Easy motion, holding onto one shin in each hand. Maybe you turn this into some egg beaters. Circle around the knees a few times in the hip socket. We'll start off simple, soft here. So focus on the breath. We're going to move into a happy baby. You can hold on to the backs of your thighs right behind your knees. Or if it feels okay, you can reach for the outer edges of your feet. No need to force. Just go to a spot where you can sort of take a check-in with these hips, how they're feeling today. You feel some tightness or some ease. Start to release your left foot and plant it to the floor. Maybe this is where you stay. Or extend your left leg all the way out long. You've got a single leg happy baby with that right knee still bent. Try to melt both hips into the floor, both shoulders in the back of your head. Take one more breath. And then let your left knee slowly rebend. Bring it back into that full happy baby. Reach for the foot or the thigh and let's switch sides. Keep your left knee where it is. Extend or plant the right foot to the floor. And if you do extend that bottom leg, try and keep your right hip still rooted into the ground. No rolling towards the left. Take one more full breath. And rebend right knee. Take that final happy baby, grabbing both feet. And we'll release this slow, grabbing onto the backs of your legs with the knees bent. Use a little momentum, start to rock up and down the length of your spine. Many times as you want, and then meet me in a Baddha Konasana with the soles of the feet together. Knees splaying open, grab onto the fronts of your shins. Round your back as you lean away from feet, and then inhale, burst your chest through your arms, open heart. Again, exhale to round. This is just like your cat-cow. Inhale, heart comes through. One more time, exhale to round, pull back. As you inhale, lengthen forward, and then melt your chest over your thighs briefly. Letting the fingertips walk forward now if you want to take a gentle sway of the torso side to side. Just easing into these hips. They're going to get a lot of work, a lot of heat, but we're also going to focus on opening them as we go. Roll yourself up. Close legs, swing the feet back behind you so you can find your tabletop, and then let's step into a plank. Both feet back, shoulders over hands, let the warmth build as you get situated here. Try to lengthen through your head. Shift forward, elbows into sides as you lower all the way down to your belly, untuck toes, and take a few cobras. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, heart melts. Elbows are facing the sky the whole time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, melt. Try to be really light on your finger pads. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink. And push into your palms. Sink back into a child's pose briefly. Let the knees open and the hips touch heels. Find a downward dog as you shift forward. Tuck the toes. Lift your hips. Pedal it out a little. Shake it out. Feel that length. Now let's lift right leg straight up and back. Open your hip, bend your knee. Go ahead and take a circle or two with this right thigh, isolating the outer hip, and then the other way. Re-extend your right leg on an inhale. Drive forward, knee to nose, round back. Step between your hands, low lunge. Take a twist. Right palm reaches to the sky. As you peel your chest open, feel how long and active that back thigh can be. Maybe a little wrist circle or two. Take an inhale here. Circle your right palm down. Spin the left heel into the floor and open up to warrior two. You'll lead with that left palm. And we're going to add some movement into this, but start by rolling your right inner thigh open to the right a bit more. Stay in the legs. Take a reverse warrior up and back. Right hand flips. Hinge forward, side angle, right forearm, right thigh, left arm wraps overhead. Go again, just find that breath. Inhale to reverse. Exhale to side angle. One more time. Inhale, up and back. Super light touch on that back palm. Exhale, hinge forward, get long. And then from here, stay, but take a few backstroke circles with your left arm. Finding a little shoulder space. One more time. Into a final reverse for now. Up and back, inhale. Circle your palms down into a lunge. Drop your back knee to the floor and lengthen right leg. Pull the hips back for a half split. Keep the right leg long, but isolate your spine. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale to melt your chest over front thigh. Go again. Inhale, long spine. Exhale to release head and neck. We'll rebend the right knee, sink forward, tuck back toes, glide forward, and lift your left leg off the floor for a standing split. Now, don't worry about how high the back leg is. Go for length. Again, you're moving upper body. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, melt your chest a little closer to the right thigh. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, bend the elbows and melt. One more time as you look forward, bend both knees. Bring your left knee to chest. Rise up one-legged Tadasana. Into a figure 4 chair. Cross left ankle on top of the right thigh and bend deep into your standing leg. Just here a couple breaths. Try to roll the shoulders down away from ears. Feel the bum move back in space. Push down through your standing leg like crazy. Rise up. Bring your left knee with you for an inhale and then set it down as you forward fold. Dive over your thighs. Take a half lift. Plant your palms, step back to a plank. Optional vinyasa if you want to add it in. Shift forward, elbows in just halfway. Flip over tops of feet as you lengthen arms, upward facing dog. And down dog, hips lift. Try to use your belly for that transition. We're here for second side. On an inhale, send your left leg up, open your hip and bend your knee. Let it move around a little, maybe a knee circle. Can you keep the chest square as you're isolating the thigh? Re-extend your left leg, drive knee to nose as you shift forward and step between your hands. Take a low lunge twist, left palm expands to the ceiling. Feel the length from head through heel get longer and longer. On an exhale, circle your hand down, spin your back heel to the earth, open up to warrior 2. You can adjust the front foot so you have heel to arch alignment as you extend through the palms. Take your dancing warrior, left palm flips, giant reverse on an inhale, up and back. Side angle, hinge forward, forearm to thigh, right arm wraps overhead, bicep by ear. And do that twice more. Inhale to reverse. Exhale to side angle. This should feel pretty good. Just continuous motion. One more time. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, stay in your side angle. Right arm moves by itself. Sweep it back, down, and overhead. Just a little bit of shoulder rotation, keeping the lower half still. One more reverse, up and back. And circle hands down for your half split. Your back knee melts to the floor, left leg lengthens. Try and keep pulling left hip crease back as you take these couple of undulations, half lift and fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, melt a little deeper. You're not here very long, I know, but let it build as you look forward. Bend the left knee. Tuck the back toes. Launch yourself forward as the right leg glides off the earth. Then once again, square hips, halfway lift with your spine. Melt your heart. Pull the left hip crease back. Go one more time. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, soften down. As you look forward one more time, bring your right knee to your chest. Rise all the way up. Use your core, one-legged chair. Right ankle on top of left thigh. Bend deep into the left knee. You're still trying to move your butt cheeks back a bit so your weight is in that left heel. Try and keep a long spine as you stretch out right hip. We'll rise back up, right foot lifts and lands to the earth. Now take your feet as wide as your mat, just a little wider than shoulder distance. Bend your knees a ton, slide your booty back, and find a squat. Your spine is long, your butt cheeks, you take this little pulse down and lift, lower down and lift. While you're here, try and find that breath connection. So every exhale taps you back, 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 back. Your knees are staying behind your toes whole time. Knees and toes facing the same way, lower and lower. Little bit longer. This is the heating part for those hips. Rise all the way up, lengthen legs, and then just get bigger. Inhale to bend. Exhale to extend, squeeze butt cheeks. Inhale, sit the booty back. Exhale, press it up just one more time. Inhale, sit low. Exhale, flush it out. Now, as you sit low this time, you're coming down an inch, down an inch. One last set of pulses here. All that strength in the outer hips, it's going to build into stability. It's going to take the work out of your low back. Then come on down to a malasana. Your booty rolls down, tailbone rolls towards the earth. Shoulders roll down the back, long spine. You got kind of a funky transition. You can use your hands for support. If you want to bring them back behind you, find a seat, but keep the knees this wide as you lift up into Navasana. Your hands will come on the inside of your thighs. I'm just going to face you so you see what it looks like. Your knees are wide, hiked up around the triceps. Inhale, try and lift your chest a little bit higher. Knees stay wide. Lower down with an inhale, halfway. Lift back up and slice the knees around your triceps. Inhale down. Exhale to lift. Use your belly. Inhale, halfway down. Exhale to lift up. Knees tap as high up on those arms as you can. Keep it going a few more times. Trying to find that little tiny pause at the top where you are squeezing the knees against your arms, using core to lift your chest. From here, give it a couple more. The exhale lifts you. The inhale lowers you. Now we're going to stay at the bottom. Start to crisscross your legs. Toes face out. Beat, beat. Inner thighs and ankles. Cross, cross. Keep your chest up. Almost there. Just a few. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Now bend your knees. Touch your toes together, knees apart. Hands behind head. Same elbow as thigh. So right elbow, right thigh. Left elbow, left thigh. Tap side. Side. Your knees are apart, but your toes are touching. You're getting deep into the sides of the waist here. Keeping the chest hovered off the ground. A little squeeze, squeeze. This isn't to exhaust you, just to build a little more support in the body, a little extra energy and warmth. Now come straight up through the center. Keep the knees wide, lift your chest up, up, up without cranking the neck. It's all in the sternum. Last few. Hold at the top, close your legs together, grab on the backs of the thighs. You've been here already, rock and roll. You can slide it forward through a vinyasa if you would like, finding your plank, elbows in. This is optional, upward facing dog. Stretch it out, find that down dog, lift the hips. And we get to go a little bit deeper, a little further. Sweep your right leg up and back. Open your hip, bend your knee. Tap right knee, right elbow this time. Lift it back, three-legged dog. Right knee, left elbow to twist. Three-legged down dog. Keep the core strong, drive knee to nose and step through. Low lunge twist. Little swifter this time. Right hand sweeps high. Circle it down, warrior two. Back heel glues, chest opens. Keep the legs and reverse up and back. Side angle, forearm to thigh. This time we're going to stay. Keep the top arm reaching overhead and extend your right arm straight out in front of you like you're holding a tray in that right palm. Just stay on the long diagonal. Breathe and try to roll your chest to the sky. Big reverse up and back, untangle the arms. Come through a star, lengthen legs, bend into your back knee, skandasana at the back of the mat. There's a lot of different ways to do this, right? You could come all the way down with your hands to the floor or bring palms to heart and stay lifted a little higher so you can really rotate right inner thigh to the sky. Left knee faces left toes. Let's turn and face the back of the room. Slide your left foot a little wider so you're in a runner's lunge, hands on the inside of your left foot. Let the hips Rock forward and back a few times as you sink into this. And spin onto the outside of right foot. Turn your left toes to face the left side of your space. Keeping left knee and left toes facing the same way. Dip your hips, reach your hand back, and then lift your hips as your hand sweeps overhead. Inhale, hips dip down. Exhale, hips lift up. You should feel a lot in that bottom hip, right side waist. Ooh, and a nice big stretch at the top once you lift. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. Circle back down into your runner's lunge. You'll turn the toes to face forward. Now, come light onto your fingertips. You can stay right here, or option to take a few switches. You'll bring the right foot forward as you hop left foot back, and then switch, and then switch. These jump switches, completely optional to build a little fire. You could just stay in that left runner's lunge if you'd like. Just a couple more. Now let's meet with the left foot forward. Inhale, look forward, and step wide to the top of the mat. Rise up, lengthen arms, turn your toes forward, and dive in half. Halfway lift, grow long. Plant the palms, step or hop back. Optional vinyasa. And we'll get ready for the second side. Again, shoulders roll down the back. Send your left leg straight up. An open hip, bend your knee. Smooth taps. Left knee, left elbow as you shift forward. Three-legged dog. Left knee, right elbow to twist. Three-legged down dog, just flowing, step between your hands. Use your inhale to reach left hand to the sky. Exhale to circle it down. Warrior two, as you open up, arms reach wide. Straight into a reverse. Left palm flips up and back. Inhale. Side angle stay. Forearm presses into your thigh. Right arm by your ear. Now start to reach your left hand straight out in front of your chest. Just try to hold this long line. Keep the left knee bent over your left heel. Breathe and roll that right rib cage back. And take it one more reverse. All the way up. Through warrior two, lengthen the legs, skandasana on the right. Right knee bends, low or high. Just try and keep the right heel on the ground. Yeah, so if that means you lift, then lift a little higher. Take an inhale here. Pivot to face the front of the room. Find your runner's lunge, hands on the inside of your right foot as your right foot crawls a little wider. Couple of rocks. Just think it feels nice to shift front and back a few times. We'll move into this horizon lunge. Start by spinning to the outside of your left foot. Turn your right toes to face the right. I sometimes slide that right foot back a little bit more. If you need to modify it, then tap your bottom hip down as your hand reaches back. Lift like a little rainbow, hand overhead. Inhale, hips tap down. Exhale, hips lift up. Try to plug left shoulder down your back still. Inhale down. Exhale to lift. One more time. Does not have to touch the floor. Now circle it back into your runner's lunge. Take an inhale, look forward. Take a few of these hops if you like. Just one more time. Switches. You can get light on your fingers. Try to lift your hips up as you switch. You could also do this just stepping without a hop, switching your feet one at a time. Or you could hold that runner's lunge the whole time. Now look forward, step to the top of the mat, wide feet. Sit the booty low, rise all the way up. Inhale, flush out as you reach high. Forward fold, dive down. Halfway lift. Plant palms, move your feet back. Add your vinyasa here if you would like it. Always optional. Option to modify as well. Down dog as you exhale, lift. We got just a sprinkle more here. Take a couple breaths in your down dog, feel the length. Maybe this turns into a child's pose. If you want a deeper resting place, you can drop the knees, sink the hips, maybe rock it side to side. Wherever you are, take a full round of breath. And then come back into your down dog if you're not there already. Pop the heels high this time, bend your knees. Bring your feet to the front of the mat. Toes all the way together. Take a half lift. Fold forward, bend your knees into a chair pose at the top. Now we'll build from here. You're in a chair, but bring your hands together at your heart and cross left ankle on top of right thigh. You've been here before. We've got new layers. You can start to hinge forward, maybe forearms on top of the left thigh, maybe fingertips down towards the earth. Either way, your right knee is deeply bent. You're focused on that left outer hip stretch. Start to bring it back up slow, hands at heart. Rise and lift your left leg as you extend it back behind you, hinge forward, warrior 3. Just a transition, step back, crescent lunge on an inhale, open into warrior 2. As you spin the back heel into the earth. Take your reverse. Side angle, forearm to thigh, left arm wraps overhead. Now new options, if you want to move this into a half bind, the left arm sweeps back and fingertips try to tuck into your right hip crease. You can stay here, maybe extend the right arm forward like you did before, or wrap your right arm underneath your right thigh and grab for the left palm behind you. Just an option, right? Don't force this. You want to be able to keep the right knee still over your heel and the back heel glued into the floor. Take a breath. Re-extend the arms. Take one final reverse up and back. Circle hands down. Find your runner's lunge. Crawl the right foot wide. You've been here already. One time horizon. Spin to the outside of left foot. Turn toes to the right. Dip the hips on an inhale. Exhale to lift back up. Circle your right palm down. Spin to the ball of back foot. And step all the way forward to Malasana, booty low, spine long. Use the belly to rise all the way up, lengthen legs. Inhale to sweep hands overhead. Bend your knees, chair pose, feet are touching. Let's take the second side, right leg crosses over, right ankle on top of left thigh. Stay low. You can stay here or layer in, start to hinge forward, maybe fingertips touch the earth. You're going for sensation in the hips. Maybe the head can drop. Make sure you are breathing with these deeper stretches. Muscles need it. Bring your hands back to heart. Rise up, right leg extends back, warrior 3. Not staying here long. Just bend the standing leg, soft landing into a crescent pose. Inhale, lift the arms. Open up, warrior 2. Let's find this one more time. Big reverse up and back. Stay deep in that left leg as you extend forward, forearm to thigh. You can stay in the first layer or start to wrap right arm behind you as the fingertips tuck into the left hip crease. Maybe left arm reaches straight forward or wraps all the way under your left thigh to grab that right palm. Not about how it looks, right? You want to feel your chest rolling open to the ceiling as you feel that deep hip opener as well. Breathe. Start to expand the arms. Take a reverse up and back. Circle down to your runner's lunge. You'll have to crawl the left foot wide every time. Spin to the outside of your back foot. Turn your left toes open. Dip the hips one time to sink. Sweep hips up. Circle the hand down. Turn your toes to face forward and step into Malasana one more time. Roll the tailbone down. Roll the shoulders back. And try to lift from the pelvic floor. You'll squeeze palms together. Start to rise up, lengthen legs, lift your chest, lift your heart, your toes face forward as you inhale, and then fold all the way down. Halfway lift. Plant your palms. Once more, you're moving back. You can find a vinyasa here one more time. Meet me back in your downward dog. Since it's all about the hips, we're going to give a couple of moments here to get into a half pigeon. So stick with me as we set it up. Right leg will lift up. Bring your right knee forward till it taps your right thumb on the earth and slide your shin forward. Now start to sink, moving your weight back a bit. Instead of cranking your right foot forward, try to tuck the back toes Maybe lift the hips, use your hands, and slide your whole shape back a bit. Your goal is not to get the front shin parallel with the front edge of the mat. It's to be able to roll this left hip down. Maybe you stay lifted. Maybe you melt your chest over the right thigh. But try it and be soft here. There's absolutely nowhere to be. Sometimes holding a longer stretch, I tend to get a little antsy, a little fidgety. Best thing you can do for your body right here. Breathe into softness, breathe into stillness, and see if you can slowly start to let go of any tense spots, whether in the head, the jaw, the hip, even the back foot. Sometimes there's tension in one little toe that we don't notice till we get still. As you ease out of this, go slow. Hands under shoulders to walk yourself up. Tuck the back toes. I like to slide forward a little bit more to readjust. Then extend your right leg all the way up and open the hip one more time. Any little shake or kick you need here. We'll just switch sides. Right foot down, left leg lifts. Set it up consciously, left knee to left thumb. So you slide the foot forward slightly, then sink the hips. And only go deeper if you need to, sliding the hips back a little further before untucking the back toes. You can stay upright or you can melt. This is sleeping pigeon with your chest melting over your front thigh. And if you're here, let go of the work, let go of the effort. And see if you can just be with those long, deep breaths, letting your exhales be a little bit longer than your inhales. Any gripping that you've got going on in the muscles, see if you can let them be. Couple more deep breaths. Coming back up slowly, hands under shoulders, tuck the back toes, slide forward a bit so you can lift left leg all the way up, bend your knee, shake it out, whatever feels good here. Now let's meet down on the mat so your knees can drop down, feet come out in front of you. Let's make our way down to our backs. Reach forward, roll down bone by bone, slow or fast as you want. Hug the knees in. Keep your right shin, extend your left leg, squeeze right knee to right armpit, and then twist as you drop the right knee to the left side of the room. Try and heavy your right shoulder into the floor. It's not so much about the leg as it is that upper torso, that wringing out sensation in your spine. An easy release back through center, switch legs, left shin in, right leg out long, squeeze the left knee to your left armpit, and then drape it over into a twist. Instead of pressing your leg down, try to heavy your left shoulder, start there. And then the left leg is just like a little added leverage. Not a long class, right? But enough to feel something going on, especially in those hips, outer thighs. Let your knees hug in once more into the center. Maybe you curl up into a little tiny ball on your inhale. And then open up with your exhale. You release your body right here. Let the eyes close. Body heavy, few deep breaths. And I always recommend spending as long as you'd like here in Shavasana, giving yourself that much needed rest. But for now, I will let you go till I see you again. Thank you for joining. Thank you for moving with me. Namaste.